welcome to Fly Girls Talk. It is your host, Gabby, and I am back with two lovely ladies in business. May you please introduce yourselves?
My name is Marissa Rae. I'm a branding advisor. I offer branding and marketing consulting, workshops, and things like that.
My name is Kenyatti. I'm the owner of Lash, Kandi, owner and founder, and I'm also a marketing strategist.
Okay, I'm so happy to have you guys here.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes, I'm so excited. How was you guys' weekend?
It was good. It go by too fast. I just realized it is Sunday.
Yes,
so the weekend is over.
Same. Mine was good. I've just flew into Chicago from LA, so it's been cool. It's been rainy and cold here. But
You ready to go back to LA?
yeah, no, because I love being in Chicago for the vibes and the food, because we don't got nothing to eat in LA.
Exactly.
But besides that, yeah, I just want to go back for the weather, if anything.
I love LA. I want to speak on if you ever been in a position where you had to choose your career or love, and also can relationships survive only off of love?
Okay, so I got a follow-up question. When you say only off of love, you mean as opposed to like
nothing else, like you with him, you with this person because you just love them and they love you, but
horrible?
everything else is like rocky, but you love them, you could work through things, like what do you think?
So that's a no. I'm gonna say no to that. But the first question was, have I been in a position where I had to choose between my career and love? I say no. My boyfriend now is very supportive. He helps me with everything that I have going on. Like, he goes out of his way to be helpful and assistant towards me. So no, I've never been in that position. And no, I don't think relationships can survive off just love. I think you gotta really be compatible too.
Right.
Like, and I don't really see how you could love somebody that you don't really get along with, or you know what I'm saying? That don't really make sense to me. I can't really. I don't know.
What do you think?
I have been in that situation before, unfortunately. When I was first like getting into my entrepreneurial journey, like back when I was in college, I was in a relationship, and that was kind of like when I had just started my business. And so it was kind of like, it was, in the beginning of any startup, it's going to be a lot. Like, you just learning new things, you staying up late nights.
Right.
And so I was just real stressed out. And the person I was with, they were supportive. Like, they were supportive of my business, but they just weren't good for me. It was a toxic relationship. So that drained me, like going through cheating and lying and stuff like that. And I was pretty drained, and I was in college, so it was just like all type of stuff. And it had got to the point like where I couldn't really run my business the way I needed to because I was so drained from the relationship. Yeah, I was super like distracted. Like, I'm supposed to be packing orders, and I'm calling this nigga, blowing up his phone. It just didn't fit.
I'm crying.
It was bad, and so I had got to a point where it was just like, okay, you got to choose you. But that took like going through a depression to even get to the point to choose me.
Exactly.
So it was a lot of wasted time in that, but it was a learning experience, definitely. Right. And now I'm always choose me. So
right, exactly. So lately, I've been in a situation where I feel like now I have to choose my career over love. Because due to me doing all the things that I do, like some guys be like, oh, I don't want my girl outside. I don't want her too accessible. And it's like, from a business standpoint, I have to be accessible sometimes. From a business standpoint, I have to go to this event and that event because that's how opportunities are created. So I feel like now I'm choosing my career because I feel like relationships can kind of box you in, and like it could put a hinder on things.
Trying to grow.
Yeah.
I think like definitely in the early developmental stages, it is important to kind of choose yourself, like you said, so that you can really focus and zone in on what it is you need to be doing, and then can think about the other things later.
Exactly.
I think so.
And having a partner that fits.
Yeah,
like, I think that's a big thing.
When you with the wrong person, they could hinder your career and everything you got going on, because they don't understand what it's like dating a woman that got a show, boutique, all this. I got a lot, so it's like they don't understand it, or it's like, as a woman, like I do know a lot of men in business, like just other men, period, and just having a partner that's like, how you know him and this and that, it's just too much. Like I can't, my career, I just have to choose my career right now. I can't see myself doing nothing else. And also, I feel like love isn't enough for me to like just deal with a person. Like you gotta just, it gotta be more. It has to be more.
I think so too.
Yeah, with that question too, I didn't answer that, but it definitely gotta be more.
And
you gotta bring some to this. Like, Just like how guys be like, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table?
For sure.
I'm building the table over here. So I want you to bring stuff to my table, and I can bring some stuff to your table. But you gotta come with something else other than love.
I agree.
Yeah, and I feel like when somebody just love you, that don't mean that they're happy with you. It just means that they're tolerating you. And somebody
that
that
like you.
Yeah, somebody that's just tolerating you, eventually, like, you will become their punching bag. Like, they just deal with you when they want, and you'll just find yourself in turmoil. So
Yeah, I agree.
now the next topic we're going to be talking about is, can setting expectations of someone ruin the potential partner that you possibly could be to them?
That's a really interesting. Like, can you kind of go? Because I think
So,
I know what
can
you're
you
saying.
elaborate on
Yeah,
that?
so okay, let's say you got this checklist and you're dating someone and this person don't meet one thing on your list and you just, I'm done. Like, can you, that expectation and list that you had created just ruin something that's potentially could be something, but you just backed away from it basically because that one person don't fit one thing. Like, so
But is everything else checked off?
Yeah, but
it's
so can expectations ruin like the partner you could potentially be to that person?
I think maybe having like a strict checklist, can kind of hinder you because I don't think any one person is ever going to be exactly what you need them to be. I think it's better to kind of go into situations with your non-negotiables. So this is what I'm not going to deal with. Instead of saying, this is what you have to bring to the table, this is what you absolutely cannot bring to the table. And then I think that kind of opens it up a little bit. You still have your boundaries, but you're not so closed off from potential.
Exactly.
Or something that you don't even know you might like. You might like that and you don't even know because you didn't check him off because his right shoe wasn't tagged. So.
Right. Like, and it's one thing to have boundaries and to have literally a checklist.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you have that checklist in your head, it's just putting pressure on you and it's putting pressure on the other person, and you both of you guys not being true to who you are because he's scared to be himself and you thinking he messed up one time, it's over.
Yeah.
So I feel the same way.
I agree. I think especially like in the beginning, it's certain things that I'm just not gonna negotiate. And then, but it's not a crazy list either. Like, I think that's the other thing. Is like, is the shit that you asking for crazy? Like,
right.
But it's certain things that I know from experience I'm not gonna put up with. And then it's certain things that I can work with you with. But I think everybody's different, like, for sure. Like, my checklist is probably not the next person's checklist either. But then I also think that's why dating is important. Like, because during the dating phase, I'm gonna learn about you what I need to learn about you. Exactly. And then I'm gonna assess from there before I even get too deep in my feelings with you. To where, like, now it's like, oh, I love you, but I just found out you don't pay bills on time. I should have been found that out. I should have been found that out. So, yeah, I think dating plays a big part in that.
Yeah.
Yes, and also I feel like people make expectations based off their environment. And sometimes you could be in a bad situation and now you got this new expectation list and you made that list off of survival. So now, okay, you're not in survival mode no more. Now you dating this person, but you still going off the same list that you made and that's not applicable to them. So it don't fit. So now you got walls built up against this person and it's just not gonna work out.
That makes sense.
Absolutely. Okay, so this question is kind of for Yachty, due to you being in LA and in a different environment.
Yes,
so
it's all about it.
So my question to you is, should we normalize people that's temporary? Like, should we normalize people that come and go? So due to LA being a fast city,
I think I'm gonna have an unpopular.
due to LA being a fast city, how does that work? Like, it's a fast city, people fly in, fly out. You might have a good time with somebody today, they gone tomorrow. How does that work?
I'm gonna just keep it a buck because I'm here. Honestly, like, I kind of do normalize temporary people.
Absolutely, I love that answer.
I really do. I'm not gonna lie, but like, it's a lot behind it. So it's kind of just like, I live in LA now, and I'm always kind of like working towards stuff. So I would say yes, living in LA, I definitely do kind of get accustomed to temporary people. Because one, I don't date in LA. Right now, at least, this is my opinion, there's no love there. And I heard other people say that before I moved there. And now I'm starting to see it, like, because everybody's there on something. Like everybody trying to build their
It's a
career
motive.
there.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
like
makes sense.
everybody's trying to work on
Yeah.
themselves and stuff. So it's not really the place that I came to looking for love. More so, I really be focused there. Like I'm there because it's peaceful. Versus when I was in Chicago, it was a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And so most of the time that I've been single probably for like the last 3 months. And like during the time I was single but right before I got in a relationship, I was single for like 2-3 years almost. And both of those times I was dating, and it would be like that type of scenario. Like you fly in and we hang out for like a weekend, or we hang out for a couple of days, or I'll fly to your city and we'll hang out for a couple of days. And I was pretty cool with that. Just because I was thinking like, on some days it would be like, dang, I wish I had somebody here, because I live alone. And I'd be like, damn, I wish I had somebody here. Like, I don't want to sleep alone every night, or I don't want to be by myself every day, or I wish I had somebody here to do this with.
Right.
And then I'm like, well, you should be using that time to focus on you.
Exactly.
You moved out here to do X, Y, and Z. You didn't move out here to be in a happy relationship necessarily. Like if it comes, it comes, but that ain't what you came here for. So maybe God is putting you by yourself right now so you can get your shit together.
Do you plan to stay out there? Like, how long do you want to stay in LA?
Right now I want to stay in LA.
Okay.
I don't anticipate on moving anywhere no time soon.
Okay.
Do you plan on being in a relationship anytime soon? A real relationship?
Yeah.
Where you guys
That's why I asked. I'm like,
actively in each other's
If you
lives?
can't date out there, if you
Or
wanna
has
stay out
anybody,
there, like, you know
no
what I'm
wait,
saying?
has anybody made that proposal to you? Like, I want to come out there and be with you. Like,
That's
Yes, it has
and you
happened.
said no.
But I didn't see it. It was only one person, which was the person I was just with, who I could see that happening with. And like, we're both in two different places of building our lives. So it just wasn't really the right time. So even when we broke up, we were on great terms. Like, we still really close. But besides that person, not really. Everybody else just didn't really fit the puzzle the right way.
I love that.
And then when I say fit the puzzle, I just mean like them being in my face all the time was going to be more of a distraction than it was going to be helpful to my growth. And the person that I was dating that did, they were actually helpful to my growth. So I would say, I kind of normalize just dating and being cool with that now.
Yeah, I'm in that phase too, where we can date, I see you this day, I might not see you the next 2 days, but I'm fine with that, and I think I'm fine with that because I'm a busy person.
Yeah.
So I know I can't always be there for a person like how I would want to be, so I'm kind of fine with that.
Yeah, I think it's important to kind of have somebody who also has other stuff going on, so they're not constantly looking for you, calling for you, texting
So
you.
does that is your like relationship, like you guys both be doing your own thing, but you guys know how to come together?
And we come together, and like I said, he's super helpful with my business, so I have the exact opposite, where he's not too, I don't feel any extra pressure to be any type of way or to do anything in a certain specific way about my business because of him. Like, if anything, he's encouraging me to go outside, and he was excited about this. He's more excited than me about this. So, you know, he's very supportive. I do appreciate that about him.
I love that. I feel like that's very important to have somebody that supports you.
It is.
It makes stuff a lot easier. It makes stuff, you know, a lot smoother, for sure.
Yes. Okay. What are we going to talk about next? You guys should grab your drinks for this one. Yes.
Oh.
Grab your lemonade.
Now I'm
ma'am.
worried.
As you guys know, it's 2022 and the men are changing. We do not have our traditional men that build things, put our tires on, you know, get out the car, pump our gas, you know, things like that. We have sassy men now. You know, that real person.
It's a little,
you know, they hog in the bottle in the section, all kind of things. So how do you guys feel about sassy men wanting to be treated like bad bitches?
Ooh,
That's deep.
I've seen it.
You know, so it was this video I seen that went viral, and it was a man, and he said, us men want to be treated like baddies too. And I seen you hate that word, baddie.
Hate it.
Oh, somebody
I hate it worse when a man says it though. Why would you say that about yourself?
He said he wanted to be treated like,
hold on.
And he was a man in a suit, surprisingly, and he was like, men want to be treated like baddies as well. We want random cash apps, random dates, and the whole nine that bad bitches get treated like. So my mind is gone. I don't even know what to say about it. So have you ever encountered a situation where a man was just giving you like feminine energy. Like he the way he was acting towards you was just like you was the man, he was the woman. Like he wanted you to outdo everything.
I know my face look crazy. What?
Yes, that's what they said.
I don't know, that must be new.
I have seen guys that are like kind of like stuck in themselves. Like that's what the guys in LA are like.
Yeah.
That's why I'm dating LA.
Really?
Yeah, the guys in LA are different. Like they think they the catch.
Yes,
Like,
and that's
like
what
that.
I mean. Like,
And I'm not
you
really
could look at it
into
in
that.
that way. Like somebody that think they the catch, but they came on to you. But now
They want to be treated, they want to be pursued.
yes,
kinda what
like
it
if
is.
somebody come to you, they shot at you, but now it's like the ball in your court. Like it's time for you to show me why I should deal with you. And I don't like that because you just came at me.
Yeah,
like you
I
want to
get you.
pursue me. Now you telling me. Now I feel like I gotta like prove to you. And
Yeah.
you came to me. Like,
I feel like that's kind of a popular topic on social media nowadays too.
It
like
is.
men feeling like they want equal effort and stuff like that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with equal effort.
Or reciprocation.
Reciprocation,
There's nothing
reciprocity is cool. That's nothing wrong with that. However, I do like to feel like a woman in relationships, and I feel like, of course, there's somebody for everybody. So if there are men out here that are saying that, that's because there are women out here that's doing it. So
Exactly.
I don't feel like I should tell anybody what they should or shouldn't be anticipating or looking for. I just think you gotta know who you dating. If that's what you're looking for, make sure you are
Treat
with
it like
a
a
woman.
baddie.
Right.
Yeah.
Make sure you like a baddie. Make sure you go find you a woman that's, taking the bad bitches outside.
And that's how I feel.
That's just what that is. Yeah.
I feel the same because it's like how you said, it's because there's women out here that's doing that,
Yeah.
and that's cool. I'm not knocking no other female,
Never.
but you knew the type of girl I was when you came to me.
That's what I'm saying.
And
So
you knew I wasn't one of them.
I kinda
so why
be-
even play with me like that?
I'll be offended.
Yeah, it's like that's what you got. You came here knowing what you.
It's like they come to
into.
you thinking they could change you. Like no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big no for me.
I feel like definitely date people that bring what you're looking for. Like there's no point in getting with somebody or getting to know somebody and telling them, oh, well, I like this better.
And you knew.
I was never like, I wasn't that yesterday. Why would I be that? You know what I'm saying? Like there's no reason
And
to
then my thing is,
go
I
out
think
your way.
guys really do. Guys be knowing, because I got a lot of guy friends. Guys be knowing who they going after before they come to you. Like they do their little research a lot of the time. So you knew what type of girl I was.
Right.
You knew.
Yeah.
So it's literally no excuse for you to sit here and play with me. Like,
I also think
like it's
people-
something else.
People enter situations feeling like, oh yeah, well that's how they are right now, but they ain't fucked with me yet, so they don't know that they really will come like this for me. Like, no, probably not. I don't think so.
So how do you guys feel about giving a man money, sending him money? But so what's the difference? Okay, how do I say it? It's like basically, okay, you have women, they give men money. And then you have women that do nice gestures. So which type of woman are you? Are you the type to give some, like, he going to get his haircut today, he going to do this and that, I'm gonna surprise him and send him some money? Or are you the type to do a nice gesture, like, hey, I bought you a gift? Like, which one worked for you? I'm a gesture person, because I feel like me giving you money is just not sitting with you.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of men wouldn't take your money too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They wouldn't
men
take your
don't
money.
like to
Yeah, and I feel like it threatens them when you like finna give them some money. It depends on the man. Like if you speak, dating someone and a little higher up, they gonna be like, "What? Like, why are you doing this? You think I don't got it?" Da da da. But then, to each his own.
Yeah.
It depends on the relationship.
That's
One,
right.
it depends on who you are. Like, if you're just a guy I'm dating, I'm not cash apping you. What for what? But if you're my man, and I know you just went and got your haircut today or something like that, or I might just be like, baby, you hungry? Like in the middle of
That's
the
like
day,
a gesture.
and I'm like,
That's
send you
just-
some money.
that's
Yeah,
like
like
just- I'm a
I
gesture
do stuff
person.
like, or even in the dating phase, if I really like you and you do the same
Yeah, if
for
I
me,
really
kind
like you.
I even do that.
Yeah.
But
So what's a gift you guys bought someone that was like a decent little gift or something thoughtful?
A gift.
Cause I feel like money isn't a thoughtful
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm more into
gesture.
gestures.
It's just like here,
Yeah.
or it's something to save you. Like always her birthday today, I ain't get her nothing. Let me-
Yeah. And that's what I was gonna say. I think gestures are more thoughtful. They kind of show that you know who you're gifting, you care about what they care about, like stuff like that. Versus just giving them some money, like you said, it's just kind of like a cop out. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
So what's the gift you guys bought your mate or someone you dating? Something
I want
that's
to tell
decent.
on myself on the
From your past.
I say probably one of the best gifts I got though. I was dating this one guy and he told me he used to come to LA to see me, and like we'll kick it for like days and stuff at the time. And he sold what he sold. I'm gonna just say that.
Oh my goodness.
He sold what he sold.
Oh my God, the police finna watch.
He sold weed.
Like, so who was this young man you were speaking of?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to tell too much, but he sold weed, and he'll sell weed sometimes when he'll be in LA. And one day we was on FaceTime, and he was like, yeah, I need a book bag. I'm at the studio, I need to give me a book bag or whatever, so I don't have to have all this stuff on me. And so Sweetie's Day was coming up.
Oh, so sweet.
And I went and bought that man a Balenciaga book bag.
I know that's right.
Balenciaga. I bought him a Balenciaga. But I really like this guy though. He did a lot of stuff for me. I do. That's my favorite brand.
You love Balenciaga.
It is. It's my favorite. And I bought him a Balenciaga book bag for Sweetie's Day. And I was like, oh, I remember you told me you needed a book bag. So I got you this. So it was like, I'm a thoughtful, expensive gift giver. Like, I'm gonna pay attention to what you say.
Definitely.
And then try to get you something nice.
Right. Marissa?
Mine, I would say it's similar. We were at Topgolf. My boyfriend had his debit cards and all his stuff in the middle console of the car just loose. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get him a wallet. This was before we was together too. So for Sweetest Day, I went and got him a little nice Saint Laurent little card holder. It was real cute.
That's too cute.
I gave it to him for Sweetest Day. So yeah, like you said, like more thoughtful. Like I see that you need this versus I'm just buying you whatever I think you might want or something like that.
Right. Something thoughtful. What's the shoes? Dumps. It was a guy from my past, like he really into fashion. And I went over his house one day and I seen like all the little colorful shoes about like, okay. So I just end up ordering them, but I feel dumb and I hate that I did it. Cause they was them is basically colorful Air Force Ones. Yeah. You don't want to know.
Those are expensive.
Don't want to know what I paid for them shoes.
I'm knowing because Dunks are pretty expensive.
Yeah, you did that.
Yeah. Right, so I got him some off-white Dunks. And like, yeah, that was like the most thoughtful, expensive little gift.
Yeah, that's cute. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Okay, so both of you ladies are, branding, marketing. So I want to talk about, does social media play a big role in your business? And also, do you feel like you'll be able to survive if you didn't have your social media page?
You go first.
Okay, so for me personally, I think I do a lot better in my business with being face-to-face, like having real interactions with people
like
versus social media. Yeah, stuff like that. But even with the consultations, like I think I acquire clients easier in face-to-face meetings and interactions versus social media, even though that does help, obviously, because you're constantly in people's faces. But in the business that we're in, I'm sure you probably would agree, people want to kind of know you a little bit more than just via social media. So I also kind of started my business before this whole era of content creation and some reels and stuff. Lucky for me.
Life is
different. Yeah, it's a lot different for people that are like starting out right now. Because I grew my following on Twitter. People didn't even really have to know what I looked like. They didn't really care about what I looked like. It was about this lady knows what she's talking about. So a lot of my clients have come from that. I get a few from Instagram, I guess, maybe a little bit. But if social media was to shut down today, I mean, as long as I could go outside and interact, I would be okay.
So you can survive off yourself and your personality.
Yeah, definitely.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I definitely agree with a lot with what Marissa said. Now, like in the beginning of when I started doing marketing consulting, like roughly 3 years ago, and at that time, like Instagram was definitely some of my biggest leverage. Instagram and Twitter too. Both of them, honestly, they were like really two of my biggest tools, and that's really where I acquired like all of my clientele, was probably from 50% Instagram, 50% Twitter, because I used to share like a lot of business marketing information, and then I had my own business, so I kind of used to use that as pretty much like my tool, my credibility.
And as an example.
Yeah, as an example.
Look what I did.
And then over time, like recently, within like the last couple of months, well, probably like around 6 months ago, I started kind of feeling like I was falling too much into this Instagram coach category. And I didn't really like that because I don't care for social media like that. And I know a lot, me saying that almost sound crazy because I make my living off social media, but I really don't. I'm really at heart, I'm an introvert. I just know how to use social media and everything, but I didn't like the burden of having to know every day I gotta get up and post and do something in order for me to make a living. And that made me say like, okay, I need to change up the way I'm running my business because one day this is not gonna be here.
And that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, and then I just didn't like that.
The app gonna shut down someday.
Yeah, like some days I don't want to get up and talk on Instagram. Some days I don't want to get up and talk on Twitter. Or some days I want to get up and I want to talk about niggas. I don't want to talk about marketing. And so I'm like, I gotta transition my career to where it's not as focused on social media, and that was something I worked on for the last 6 months.
Yeah. So as of lately, I've been building a lot of my connections in person with people. So I'm trying to move to like Houston. I'm trying to relocate myself. So I haven't been as social media, like I've been focused on my personal life, but I'm still going outside. I know all the right people that I'm supposed to know. So I feel like that's all that really matters to me. I feel like my businesses can survive without social media, long as I know these people, the people that I need to know. I feel like that's what's the most important.
I always tell my clients business is bigger than Instagram. Like, of course, you want to be popular and, active on social media, but if, like you said, if that app shuts down, your business still should be able to sustain.
Who do you know?
And it's literally only one piece of the puzzle. Like,
Definitely.
It's so many other different parts of a business that have to operate correctly outside of Instagram. Instagram is just a piece of a marketing strategy at the end of the day.
I was just about to say that.
But it's plenty of businesses who don't even think about it.
Yeah, and there's plenty of successful businesses you don't even know who the owner is behind.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the route I want to go eventually. Like I don't want to be the face of my brand all the time. Like I want to build everything and I'm in the back. I don't really see.
And it's nice because you don't have to take the fall for everything all the time. Like when I created my business, I wasn't I'm still not the face of it, but I did that knowing that like I could have a life outside of Lash Kandi. Like I can get on Twitter and just be me. And that made a big difference to me versus like everybody always associating me with that brand. I state my opinion about something. Now this is the opinion of my business. Versus if nobody knows I run my business for real, I have a life. I don't got nobody on my timeline telling me, hey, where my order at. Like I didn't want to deal with that. I'm grateful for that.
I do, not often, but that
people make you don't even want to post nothing.
If you know somebody got to say something to you, no, for sure.
It's hard that way.
I agree with what you said about people associating you with your business at all times. Of course, I didn't even have an Instagram for real until I started my business. So I'm always Marissa Rae that does marketing. I'm always Marissa that does branding. So anything I remember I went viral on Twitter. I said something stupid. The stupidest stuff goes viral on Twitter. And I love so many people. I do too.
I always go viral.
I love it, but y'all gotta relax because why am I talking about this and you talking about is that what you do? Is that what you tell your marketing clients? Like I'm not
like that don't got nothing.
Why do that people be talking about? No. So you're right. People will definitely bring your business up and make it seem like you're not good at this because you over here talking about that. Like, no, I am my own person. I do marketing a lot of the time, but in the rest of my time, I'm Marissa.
You're Marissa.
And I'm
not Marissa Rae.
I'm just regular Marissa. First name only.
That transition is so important. Like to get to my dream is really just not my dream, but like one of my goals is definitely get to a place where like I'm just on the internet showing my cats and my dogs and cooking cookies.
Just my lifestyle.
And like I still have my business, but it's operating off of social media. Like
it's not
I really do want to get to that point within the next year or so.
I love posting. As you guys see, I love posting my food, my bag, my nails. But then I could be like, I gotta, not saying I don't want to, but it's like sometimes you don't want your whole Instagram, just your business. Like you just posting this and that. So, Okay, so our next topic is, how do you guys feel about the Chicago music scene? I recently been seeing a tweet going viral, like, oh, it's very dry here. Artists act too stuck up, like they don't want to come out to events. So how do you guys feel about our Chicago music scene? And then I'll tell how I feel.
I think any negativity about the music scene may be kind of related to the fact that a lot of artists don't stay here. Like there's no like, I don't know, you go to LA, you know you're gonna see some celebrities. You go to New York, you know you're gonna see some celebrities. You come to Chicago.
It's a built industry.
Yeah, there's really no music industry here. So
they all make it and leave.
Yeah, so that may like kind of play a role. That was my opinion when I first saw it. I didn't really comment on it, but I'm kind of thinking like the music scene probably is a little dry because ain't nobody here.
Yeah, but we do, I feel like we have a lot of nice upcoming artists.
Definitely.
It's just, I feel like we don't have any
There's no way to expose
nice platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel.
I agree.
How do you feel?
I think it's so much talent here. Like, I think Chicago's full of talent, and it's been like for the last couple of years, honestly. But I think that we do lack the infrastructure of like LA or Atlanta or New York, like where all of these media platforms at, all of these executive people at, all of the labels are at. Chicago doesn't really have any of that. And I think a lot of it has to do with violence too, for one. Like, it's no rapper that could get lit here and stay here safely. A lot of them go for safety. Like, Polo G can't walk down the street.
Yes.
Her can't walk down the street over here. Like, you know, and so I think that plays a big part in, like, you got to get out the city if you want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even kick it in your city no more. People dying in their own city. So I think that's one thing with Chicago. And then I also think it's more so like everybody kind of spread out. I know a lot of successful artists here who are like really like on the wave. Like, I know a good
Yes,
handful.
and speak on that because I know you do work closely to people that's in the music industry. You don't just deal with the business. Like, you don't deal with just the girl that's starting the lip gloss brand, helping her marketing. Like, you deal with people music wise, helping them market their albums, they rollouts. So how is that for you? Because I know you're close.
I work with different artists in the city. Like, I work with Flex really closely. I'm his marketing manager. I work with Blessing. Steve-O is one of my really close people. I could name a couple. And all of them are really great on the rise artists. And it's just like everybody's kind of like in their own lanes. And a lot of them got their own teams. And so it might seem dry to like a lot of people who like not kind of like in
the loop.
I guess
I see greatness. Like, I see a lot of great things happening here. It's just, I feel like people they can't get close for some reason. Like, I feel like the platforms aren't in the mix. Like, they say, oh, this person act bougie, but it's like, no, like, you have to get out here. You got to get out here.
And a lot of people try to hop on the wave when it's already lit. Yeah. Like, I've heard artists from Chicago that have considered already have made it. And like a lot of them will say, like, I didn't get a help from a lot of these people they didn't reach out to me till I made it.
But I feel like there's a divide though, because somebody like me who's not involved in the music industry at all, I don't even know how to, find out about these artists or where they are or what's going on with them. I feel like they don't have teams behind them that are kind of exposing them to people. So like, I have no way of knowing until somebody else tells me about it. And it's usually, like I said when we were off the air, that it's usually somebody that don't need to live here that's talking to me about, the Chicago. You ever met such and such? Like, well, I don't know who you're talking about. And then you listen to them and then you're like, oh, this is cool, this is decent, like I like this or whatever. But I had no way of finding out about this until right now. So I think, like you were saying, the lack of resources may play a role in that. People aren't having, I don't know, the opportunities maybe to engage with like people that are outside of their main target or something like that. I don't know. But I do think that's an issue. I think there's like artists, and then y'all have a community, and y'all will hype each other. Y'all love on each other.
That's why I know everybody.
Exactly. Y'all have y'all thing going on, and it's raw, but we don't know nothing about it. If I'm not in that, I don't know about that.
Exactly. I agree. I also agree with Yachty was saying that people, they just like to hop on your wave. Because there's been plenty of times, like, I've been doing music for a while, off and on. I'm about to go crazy now. I'm finna drop. So make sure you guys tune into FlyGirlsTalk and me personally dropping music. It's coming very soon. But also, it is people that hop on the wave way too late. Like, it's been people that I've been reaching out to since I was 16. They unresponsive, they just read your stuff, they whatever. And then the minute they see you doing something or they see you with this person, it's, hey, what you doing? How you been?
Yeah, and it's like, I don't need your help now.
You waited way too late. And it's not, even if you didn't just wait too late, it's like, I know that you're not genuine. Like, you're not trying to genuinely help or genuinely be around me. So I do feel like it's a lot of that going on, like platforms overlooking certain artists or like they ain't know nothing, and then when that person get some action, it's I'm trying to help you.
Or they want a piece of it, and then it's just like it don't really work like that. Like when I first got my foot into music, it was more so of I had met somebody, I met an artist, and I saw somewhere where they liked that, but I genuinely was a fan of them, and I just was like, I think this is where I could add value to you, and then we've been close and we've been rocking ever since, and like. a lot of people, they don't be genuine. It's like, I got to be able to get something out of it right here and right now.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that just mean that you just in it for that, you know? And people know that. People can sense that. So I think that's where Chicago gets a little weird, especially in the music industry here.
Yes, I agree. Okay, so next we're going to be speaking on content creation. So both of you ladies help people with content for their businesses. So Marissa, this is really for you because I see you posting this all the time. So how do you help people with their content? And not only that, do you feel like if a person that's in business don't have any content, reels, or just doing something every now and then, do you think their business won't thrive for real in 2022?
Okay, so the first thing I have to tell my clients, because you have to be realistic, and I know Daddy can agree to this, you have to be realistic in any marketing strategy. So if you are a person who you are hell bent on not creating no reels, I'm not gonna tell you got to create some reels, because you're not gonna do it well, you're not gonna do it right, it's not gonna look good, it's not gonna get you what you're looking for, and now you looking at me like I'm crazy.
Definitely need a certain aesthetic.
Yeah, and you gonna look at me like I'm crazy, because what I'm telling you, paying me for something that's not working. So I don't force anything on anybody. The people who are open to some social media marketing, I do let them know we're gonna do it to the best of your ability. So I'm not gonna tell you gotta post 3 times a day if you know you don't have the bandwidth to be able to do that. It's important to, like I said, be realistic. So if you're gonna be a once a week poster, cool. We're gonna make sure that one post a week look good. We're gonna make sure it's gonna get you what you need and what you're looking for. But you can't force it. Content creation is something that comes very naturally for some people. Some people gotta try a little harder, like myself. I don't like you said, I'm an introvert. I don't really want to stand in front of the camera, but I know that that's something that I have to do in order to grow my business. I don't need it, but why not? Kind of
right. Because everyone, audience is mostly, everybody got their phone in their hand.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is.
You will miss out on a big piece of engagement if you don't do it at all. So I think in this day and age, as a starting business, if you're somebody that's interested in starting something, you should probably be okay with the fact that you're gonna have to make some content to kind of complement your business. I don't think anything should rely on it, but you should be at least complimenting it.
Okay, and Yanni, so you're really good at creating content. Also, you're really good at hopping on, what's trending, different little waves. Like one time, Lil Durk, he did the little money challenge. Yeah. Everybody started doing it. And what did yours say? Because you did it as well. It said it girl.
It said it girl.
I did my homework. So it said it girl. And I think that went kind of viral. I was seeing everyone
people
post
were reposting
that.
it.
So how do you feel about telling your clients, like, you might have to hop on a certain little trend here and there to get things going? Like, how do you go about that? Or telling them what route they need to take?
I think it depends on like the type of business. That's the first thing I look at, because like depending on the type of business you have, like if you offer a service, it's a little harder, because usually if you offer a service, you kind of got to be the face of it, right? Yeah. Versus as if you have a business like a lash brand, like what I have, for instance, I don't have to ever make a reel putting on an eyelash, but I can contact influencers who do that, and they good at that. And so I think it depends. First, you got to look at the type of business, and then if you're in like a service, I try to assess like, okay, are you that type of person? Like, are you good at that, or is it gonna look forced? If it's gonna look forced, then I'm like, okay, what else can we do? What's our alternative? Or how else can we grow your page? What else can we do? Like right now, I have a client that owns a beauty supply in Chicago, and she's not really the most on-camera person. Actually, she was on your show, the owner. Yeah. Whitney was on your show.
Whitney.
Yeah, and like she's not like somebody that likes to get on camera a lot. So I'm like, okay, our alternative is we could utilize influencers and let them use your products. Yeah. And we could also look up hair tutorials and hair videos and stuff like that. And we could kind of build your page up using that. So I think it's really good to like kind of look at your clients, see where their weaknesses are and see where their strengths are, and then kind of assess from there. Like everybody's different.
Because I remember you gave me advice. No, you didn't give me advice. You made a tweet, and I felt offended. Let me tell you. I have a boutique, and I think it was the Met Gala or something. You made a tweet like, if you have a boutique right now, you should be judging these outfits and posting it. So I'm like, girls, I went on Google, I'm trying to find everybody's outfit. And I put it on my story. I'm like, do you guys like this? Click this if you do. Click this if you don't. But I'm like, okay, like, so that was actually something something that I am gonna put in my business as far as selling clothes, because like you gotta have
those types of trends.
You gotta have different kinds of content.
And people like to know that you know what you're talking about. So it's not enough that you sell clothes. I want to make sure if I'm buying clothes from you, they're in season, they on trend, I'm gonna look good. Anybody gonna be telling me I got on an outfit from 3 years ago? Like stuff like that is important. It's not just enough to be a professional. It's like you have to also be the expert.
And be invested in your industry. Like that's a big thing, because me with having a Lash brand, I don't really gotta get on Lash Skinny and post about the Met Gala because it's about clothes, you know. But if you sell clothes, then that's fashion is in your industry, you know. So I think like staying up to date with the trends in your industry is super important, because that's an easy way just to leverage engagement. Honestly, it's a super easy way when people are already on that topic.
Yeah,
exactly. So here on Fly Girls Talk, we get to the bottom of everything. So, do you believe it's important to hang out with like-minded people, and do you think, based on who you hang around, they can affect your lifestyle in a bad way?
Okay. So I just asked a similar question on Twitter. Do people think birds of a feather flock together? Because I feel like I could say yes, but I could also say no. Like, I think you have to have something in common with someone in order for y'all to kind of really, get along and have productive and good conversation. Like, if y'all don't have anything in common, what y'all talking about? But I don't think you have to attribute all of anybody's characteristics or qualities to their entire friend group. So, as far as hanging out with like-minded people, I think that you do have to have people that are like-minded around you, but they don't have to all fit into every category of your life, if that makes sense. I think it's cool to also have friends for different things. So just because I'm with this person right now, or we going out to brunching with mimosas and stuff, that don't mean this is also my friend that I talk to about business. That don't mean this is also my friend that I talk to about school or whatever you may have going on. I think like-minded friends can fit in multiple categories and don't have to be like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm kind of losing my train of thought, but I think it's important to have multiple kinds of like-minded friends.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I definitely have different friend groups, and it's not even on purpose. It's just if I meet like music-wise, like I have a group of friends music-wise. I would never mix them friends music-wise with my friends that own boutiques, and because it depends. I don't know. It depends. It just don't mix all the time. So I do feel like it is important to have different friend groups, and I don't think you should mix everyone all the time, because everyone don't think they're not like-minded, and it might be
might be to your detriment.
Exactly. So how do you feel about it?
I agree. I definitely think you have to categorize people in your life. Like, I do that with everybody in my life. From dating to friends to everything, because it's just like everybody's gonna serve different purposes in your life. Like, I have my best friends that are like, we like this, like they know everything about me, I know everything about them, and like I don't really talk to them about business, and business is my whole life, but I don't really talk to them about business. Like, we talk about
and then you just
each other dating, and
you have some friends that don't understand everything, and that's okay to have that friend, she a party friend, and this one a spa friend, because everybody not the same.
So, but just because y'all not like-minded always don't mean that you're not like-minded at all. I had to realize this too, like as an entrepreneur, my friends who are not entrepreneurs don't necessarily understand things the same way that my friends that are. So let's say, for instance, I'm at an event, I'm speaking at an event, or I'm hosting an event, whatever. My friends that are not entrepreneurs may not feel the need or understand the need to kind of give you that push, that good morning, have a great day, or I know this is a big day for you. I know that you got a lot going on today, so just have a good day, stuff like that, or to actually physically show up. They don't always, think to do that.
They don't think it's a big deal.
It's not. They don't. Even if they don't think they may think it's a big deal, but they may not understand the importance of your presence in those moments. Kind of like as a comfort thing or whatever. Your entrepreneurial friends, they are also engaged in these type of things, so
they get it. Like
they get it.
Nervous
exactly.
Or something.
Exactly. So they're thinking they have that extra level of thought for you in those situations. When they can kind of relate more.
So I agree.
Yeah, I think I have less business expectations on my friends with more traditional jobs, because I know they just, it's not nothing personal. I just know you don't get it.
And I had to learn that, because I have friends, I have my friends that say good morning, I know you had this going on, I pray it go well. Then I have friends that's just like, hey bitch.
Like, what you doing today? I'm at a whole event today. And then
I would text back like, damn, like, good morning to
think too, though, it's important for your friends like that to understand and respect what you have going on. Like, even though I don't talk to my close friends about business, they know, like, if I'm having a big day, if I'm like, I had my pop-up shop on my birthday, for my 25th birthday last year, and like all my friends flew out, they all wore Lash Candy shirts, and like they made sure to be there to help me out and stuff, and like that was really big to me, because I just feel like as a friend, like you gotta care about what, you should care about what your friend is doing, whether it's a job, whether it's an entrepreneur thing, but you should definitely still care about it and like put thought into it and everything. And then like the other thing about that is like what I've noticed is, as I've been going through like my entrepreneurial journey, like you kind of go through every emotion when you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you know, or when you are one. You go through every emotion of like sadness. Sometimes you might even get depressed, like different things happen. And I started learning that like some of my close friends didn't really know how to recognize when I was having these like depression episodes and going through stuff. And I'm like, it's because they don't know though. They're used to just seeing me be this person. They don't even know what to look for. They don't even know what to look for. So I definitely think like being an entrepreneur has like really taught me that I have to really give a lot of attention still to my personal life. Just so my friends can really feel that they know me, they know what I'm going through, and then I don't really feel like I gotta hide or pretend to everything is always okay, because I'm used to being that person in other areas of my life, like in business. You don't really show no emotion. So I think that balance is like hard.
It's definitely needed.
It's a learning journey.
So how has that been for you? Because I know you recently lost your mom, so I'm sorry to hear that. So how has it been coming out of, you know, because I know that you're getting back out there with everything that you're doing. So how is that? Like, how did you go into that transition? Like, how did you wake up like, today I'm gonna get back to what I was doing? Or did you, or was that pause needed? Like, should entrepreneurs take that pause if it need to be, instead of keep going?
I think it really depends on you. Like, when that happened to me, well, like 2 years before that, previously, I had lost my dad. And so like that was the first thing of where I was like, what? And at that point, I was in like a height of my Lash brand. And I was still packing orders like 2 days later. And then like over time, it started to hit me. But it took a while to hit me because I didn't know how to do anything else except work through it. And then like over some months, I started like really starting to become more sad and like more standoff, and I started really thinking about it. And then when everything happened with my mom, it was also another real busy time in my life. I literally even remember the day I was on my way to the studio to film content for a rollout. And I was with my boyfriend at the time, and he was like, he didn't know how to react. He was like, okay, what do you want to do? And I'm like, let's go film the content, because I didn't know how else to react.
Everyone had their way of healing.
And he was like, are you serious? Like, you just got that type of news, you sure? And I'm like, yeah, because I already agreed to do that. Like, let's just go do it. Because my other option was I could go to my family house and be sad, and like everybody is crying and like hysterical, and I just wasn't ready for that. And I kind of had worked through that a lot in the beginning, but I worked through it to where it made me comfortable. Like that whole first couple of weeks that I lost my mom, I was working. I was in the middle of a rollout for my artists, and like I didn't even tell a lot of people around me that what had happened to me, because I didn't want everybody to freak out.
And their energy to shift.
Yeah, I didn't tell people for like a week, and then I finally went public with it. And so my way was definitely like working through it in the beginning, and then over time I was like, okay, I need to take some time off to really digest what just happened to me. And I did end up doing that, and I took a break from like my Lash brand and like some other stuff. And I definitely took some time to just sit in the house and kind of like heal and like really get myself together. And that was super helpful. So I was kind of like moving on my own time. Like, it was some people in the beginning saying like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. And like I had to learn to just tune people out and just do whatever made me feel comfortable. Whether that was working, so it gave me a reason to get up every day, or whether it was staying in the bed some days.
Okay, I love that. That was
I like that you said that for sure.
Okay, so $1 million year. Because I'm going to have $1 million.
Yes, this is our $1 million year.
Love this.
I can't wait to use it. I write all day long. I write down my thoughts. I write down what I want to manifest. I write down what questions I want to ask you guys. So how did this come about? What made you get into brand and planners?
So, like you said, you write everything down. I write down everything. I have notebooks full of stuff. I got journals full of stuff. I got like 8 planners. Right? I actually literally walked in my room this morning. I'm like, why do I have 2 planners? 2 of my own planners open. They're both written in. I don't know how I did that, but like you said, I'm just constantly writing. So I felt like the planners that I had been using weren't really geared towards entrepreneurs. They were more like general planners. And I'm like, you know, we need something where we can kind of write out some goals. We need to be able to write out our thoughts every day. We need to be able to have a special space for different things that we have going on. So that's where that kind of came from. Just something that I felt like I needed that y'all also could benefit from.
Yeah,
and the aesthetic of it, like
I love it.
It's very aesthetic.
Thank you. I made that, like every detail of that I created. That took me so long, y'all. But I like it. I really
and
like
you drop one every year because there was one prior to this.
So last year was the year of the hustler. This year is $1 Million Year.
Girl, what's the next one?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. It's gonna be something good though.
It's a
I love this, and I'm actually terrible at writing and planning. But I notice when I do it, great things happen though.
Yeah. I feel like even if it's just to declutter your mind.
Yeah. So this is gonna give me way more motivation to sit down and write stuff out now that I got a nice planner.
Okay, well we're gonna close out Fly Girls Talk. I hope you guys enjoy watching it. All of you guys can also follow my guests. What's your Instagram?
I'm TheMarissarae.
So the Marissa Rae.
The Marissa Rae, yep.
Mine is Kandi on Instagram, IKANDII 2_.
And you also can follow me at Fly Girls Talk, and my personal page is in the bio. So it's Taya Gabrielle, TAIAGABRIELLE. Hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Thank you.